If you're watching this video and you want to hit your first $5,000 per month selling AI digital products, but you're constantly worrying about why am I not making enough sales? Why are people not interested? Why have I not seen that breakthrough yet? Then stick it to the end of this video because I'm going to literally explain all of the mistakes that beginners make that are stopping them from making passive income by selling AI digital products. And this video is not going to be super flash, it's not going to be super edited. So this is only for those of you that are not dopamine junkies and actually want the sauce to make the first 5K online by selling AI digital products. So that being said, bring on your pen and paper and let's get started. Point number one is selling a product that nobody asks for. A lot of you guys are selling these random products that your audience did not even ask for. Let's say, for example, that you're making content about fitness and bulking up and all that good stuff. And then you check your comments, you check your DMs, you check all the interactions and your stories. And you notice that people constantly keep talking about nutrition, and they want to know about diet plans and things of that nature. And then when you launch and start selling a workout plan and then wonder why you're broke and why you're not making any money from it, of course you are. Nobody even asks for it. You need to actually interact with your audience and give them what they actually want. One of the main things that I learned by working with Montel Gordon is that you need to give Susie what Susie wants. If your audience wants a nutrition plan or cookbook or whatever it is when it comes to nutrition, give them that, provide them that, and then you can guarantee yourself at least 20 sales before launch because you know that your audience actually wants it. But then when you start selling a product that your audience didn't ask for, your audience have not even mentioned it, or they're not even struggling with on a daily basis, you're not going to make any sales. So actually start interacting and understanding your audience. Try to understand their pains, their dreams, their struggles, their desires, and just hit them up in the DMs. Have a conversation, interact in the comments, or simply do Q&As, do polls in your stories, and then get answers that way. But if you don't know what your audience is struggling with, or at least what they want, whenever you launch a product, you're not going to make any sales. So give Susie what Susie wants. Point number two is selling vague or way too broad products. And you've probably heard this before, but you hear it over and over again because it actually makes sense. When you're selling some random product that is super broad and isn't actually providing a specific outcome or a specific transformation, it doesn't give people a reason to buy. You need to give people a reason to buy. What are the pains? What are the desires? What is the transformation that they're going to get? What is the solution that your product provides? If you're just selling a product about productivity for people that want to improve their productivity, is not enough. You need to actually give people a reason to buy your product. For example, if you're selling productivity, to who exactly are you selling it to? Are you selling it to creators, to entrepreneurs, to busy moms? Let's say you're selling it to busy moms. If you're selling it to busy moms, in what way will this productivity ebook or this productivity tool help them improve their productivity? If they are busy moms and they work from home and they have children, in what way will your product actually help them improve their productivity and make more money or feel more productive? In other words, you need to actually provide a specific outcome, a specific transformation. If you're selling a productivity tool, by how much percent are they going to increase their productivity? Is it by 30%, 40%? Are they going to make more money? How much money? Are they going to save money? Are they going to save time? Are they going to get rid of laziness? Whatever it is, you need to actually show it to them. And not only that, in how much time. If you can create a product and sell a product that actually solves the problem of laziness or productivity for busy moms that work from home, in how much days are they going to get that success? Is it in 30 days, 90 days, 60 days, 15 days? Once you can figure out a product and create a product and sell a product that actually solves a specific problem for a specific group of people, that's when you start making money. But if your product is way too broad, then you're not going to make any sales. Number three, I know this one is going to be a bit controversial, and if you disagree with me, you can most definitely do that in the comments. I'm going to be replying. Selling MRR products might be the reason why you're not successful yet. So there's this thing in the whole digital marketing space about selling MRR products, and it has literally oversaturated or overtaken the whole industry, right? At least for those that are very active in it. And for those of you that don't know what an MRR product is, it's basically selling a product where you can sell it for 100% profit, but you cannot change anything about that product. So you can't change the branding, you can't change the content inside, you can't change the information on it, you can't change the price. You literally just buy the product and then you can resell it for 100% profit. That's it. And the reason why I'm not a big fan of MRR products, especially these digital products, digital marketing MRR products, is because everybody is selling the same thing. How can you expect to make sales or to actually get that breakthrough when you're selling the same thing that everybody else is selling? There isn't a unique angle, there isn't a unique strategy. You're just doing what everybody else is doing and selling what everybody else is selling. And then when you're a beginner and you get started into this whole digital marketing space and then you wonder why you haven't made any sales yet, it's because those that already started before you, that has already built an audience, that had already sold, that has already gotten testimonials, they're gonna keep making more and more money because they are the top dogs in the industry. But when you're a beginner and you're selling the same thing that they're selling, who do you think the customer is going to go over? He's going to go to the person that got more results. He's going to go over to the person that's been doing this for the longest. So if you're a beginner and you're into this whole MRR product, cool, get into it. But then if you don't make any sales, don't cry about it later on. Now, I'm not saying that MRR products don't work. Of course they do, and you can still make a lot of money with it. But when you're selling the same exact product everybody else is selling, and then you have the exact same marketing strategy that everybody else has, no wonder why you're not getting any success. When you sell a product that's actually specific to your skills, to your knowledge, to your advantages, and then you package it up and you sell it to a specific group of people, you're going to make money regardless. But if you're just selling the same thing that everybody else is selling, of course you're not going to make any sales. Number 4, thinking that the product is going to sell itself. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in 2025, and okay, we have automations, okay, we have AI, okay, we have content going on, but that is not enough. If you actually want to make sales in 2025 with the AI digital product or whatever digital product, you need to actually interact with your audience. You need to actually have a solid, concrete marketing strategy. Sometimes having a newsletter is not enough. Sometimes sending DMs is not enough. Sometimes posting content is not enough. You need to go the extra mile because the digital marketing space is growing like crazy. And by you doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, you're not going to succeed. You need to go the extra mile and come up with different strategies when it comes to your marketing. Try different content styles, different formats. You need to get out there and try different things until something sticks. But if you're just hosting a product on WAP, on Standstore, on Gumroad, on Shopify, and then expecting sales to come in, you're delusional. If you're not doing some level of marketing, you're not getting in contact with your audience, you're not going to make any sales. People need to know about your product. Just because your product is valuable is not enough for people to actually buy it. Nothing in 2025 is going to work without some level of marketing. If you're not doing some level of promotion, some sort of marketing for your product, you're just not going to get anywhere. Whether it be on Instagram, on Twitter, with a newsletter, with YouTube, whatever platform you choose, you need to actually get out there and show the world, show that specific group of people that you have a solution for them. But if you're just hosting a product on there on WAP, and then on WAP or Stancer or whatever, and then you're just expected to make sales, do not be surprised if you have been grinding for 6 months and not made a single dollar. Number 5, selling the features and not the transformation. I see a lot of people making the mistake of promoting the product and doing marketing, and it's great, right? They're out there with the content, they're going viral, they're active in the DMs. But whenever they're talking about the product, whenever they're selling it, whenever they're doing any level of promotion, they're just talking about the features. Yeah, well, there's an extra bonus on there with a module about automation. And then there's nobody cares. The average person does not care how they're going to make 10K per month. Whether it be with dropshipping, whether it be with SMMA, whatever it is, they don't care. They just want to get there. So in other words, if you want to make sales with your digital product, you cannot sell the features. You cannot sell the actual technical stuff because people do not care. People just want to get to their goal. People just want the transformation. That's why so many people hop from business model to business model, because they just want the transformation. They just want that lifestyle. They just want the freedom. They just want to actually live that life that they want. But you selling the features and like the community and the bonus and the features, and nobody cares. Marketing is based on emotions, and if you're not actually targeting their pains, their dreams, their struggles, if you're not targeting those things of your audience, you're not going to make any sales. Number 6, a lot of you guys for some reason are just afraid of investing in your business. In this whole digital marketing space, for some reason you have two sides. You have one side of people that absolutely love ads, that absolutely love trying different things and investing back into their business. And you have other people that absolutely hate ads for some reason. And to be very honest, it can come down to 2 reasons. Number 1, you either got banned before by Meta and you don't want to run up with the whole system again, or you're just broke and you don't want to invest into your business. And I'm going to be completely honest here, I absolutely love ads. If you're a beginner, you don't have much cash, of course, go through the organic route and post videos back to back to back. But if you have some extra cash, if you made some extra sales here and there, don't get yourself some Netflix subscription. Don't buy yourself new shoes. Reinvest it back into the business. A lot of times you'll be surprised how an extra $1, an extra $2, an extra $5 can do to your business. I've been able to convert random viewers from a like on an ad. Didn't even go through the whole funnel, didn't even DM me, a like. I hit them up and then that literally became a client. And I wouldn't have been able to get that if it was with organic content. There are a lot of things that you can do with ads that you just cannot do with organic content. One of those things is actually being very specific with your target audience. You can actually choose a location, choose a demographic, choose the interest, and actually scale the business, because you can actually get actual numbers and data and scale it up that way. But when you're just doing organic content, it's a bit more complicated. It's a bit more complex when it comes to like, you need to be very precise when it comes to the messaging with the branding, so you can attract the right people, because sometimes the Instagram algorithm can be a bit iffy. So in other words, what I'm trying to say here is that if you're spending $50 a month on Netflix, on Amazon Prime, and all these other subscriptions that are not making you money, cut them out and reinvest those $50 into ads. Even if it's not a huge budget, I mean, of course, the more money you have, the better. The more results, the more data, the more the algorithm is going to work in your behalf. But even if it's just $50 a month, $100 a month, or $1 a day, whatever, reinvest it back into the business, because you will be surprised how much that can give a boost to your business. Whether it be YouTube ads, IG ads, whatever. Reinvest back into your business. Do not be afraid of reinvesting back into the business. I've been seeing lately that a lot of ads that perform extremely well are ads that actually very much resembles organic content. If you've reached until this point of the video, first things first, congratulations. A lot of people by this point, they already clicked off because I already pissed them off. But if you have been taking notes, if you actually are serious, then pay attention, because I would love to help you out one-on-one every single week start your digital product business. If you already have a digital product business, I'm more than happy to help you scale that business so you can live the life that you want. If you're tired of working for somebody else, if you're tired of having to struggle about sales and content all the time, and you actually want a system, a business that's actually going to generate you money, you actually want to be your own boss and have that freedom lifestyle, provide for your family, and live up to that potential that you know you have, then book a one-on-one call with me for free. We're gonna have a conversation, get to know each other a bit more. And if you actually are a good fit and you're committed, I'm more than happy to make an offer. We can make a decision together and get you started ASAP. That being said, I actually have a free blueprint as well that kind of explains digital sentences a bit more, which is specifically AI, selling AI digital products. It goes literally in depth about how to get started, what the business is, all my tools and resources, and I literally do not gatekeep inside that blueprint. So check it out. It's 100% for free. But if you want one-on-one help, then send me a DM on Instagram, or literally just book a call directly. We'll have a conversation and get you started ASAP. That being said, talk soon.